Hello and welcome to Dickensons Real Deal. This show is all about wheeling and dealing and buying and selling. I've got a feeling we're going to have some great fun on the show today.
Where's David? David,
here we come.
Get that defibrillator plugged in quickly, will you, please? I'm going to need it.
I can see you, Steve, OK, and you, Anne.
It's Iona.
Iona.
Well, that's in Welsh means January, is it?
It is, indeed.
And this is your friend Helen.
That's right.
That means Helen in Welsh.
Now, if there's not enough money on offer on the table for your treasures, you can come with the Duke to the auction. That's a relief for a start.
600 on the internet.
Don't you worry, Hilary. You're flying here. It can be a roller coaster of a ride. It can be nail biting, but it can pay off.
Today we're in spectacular Snowdonia in the Welsh village of Penygroes. First up with Faye Rutter is local Lady Anna. She's hoping to make some money from her fabulous find.
I bought a piece of white Friar's glass at a charity shop in this village, Penygroes, about 3 years ago for £3, but I'm not going to tell her.
Some of this stuff is making some serious money, so I'm going to have to test the water with this one.
I'd be really happy if I got £50 for it.
So you've brought along today a piece of white Friar's glass. Yeah,
Yes,
I believe this
yes,
design
yes,
is
yes.
from about the 1960s. Is it something that you've always owned?
I've had it a while.
You've had it a while?
Yes.
OK. From my understanding, this is called Sunburst.
Yes.
And it's designed by a gentleman by the name of Geoffrey Baxter.
Mm-hmm.
So you already knew that about it?
I knew that, yes.
OK.
Yes.
So
Yes.
why have you brought it along today?
Well, I don't know where to put it anymore. It's not my colour.
It looks to be in reasonable condition.
It is.
I'm just going to pick it up and have a little
Yes.
look.
It hasn't got any cracks or anything on it.
Because we all know that condition is so
Yes,
important.
yes, of
If I
course.
can just turn it upside down here and have a look. This part here is depressed, which it should be. There are, I believe, reproductions of this stuff on the market at the moment.
Yes.
What I like to see is there is some wear at the bottom, so this would suggest to me that it is from the 60s.
Yes.
It's a kingfisher blue in colour. White Friars is probably one of the best studio glassmakers that there is. Going back 20 years or so, this sort of glass, you couldn't give it away, but it's really sort of become vogue now.
Yes.
I better get some money out.
Oh, that'd be nice.
£20, £40.
I was expecting a little bit more than that.
A little bit more than that.
Well, yes. A little bit more.
Do you know what I'm going to do? On the basis that I don't really know that much about White Friars, I'm going to get David to come in.
Oh,
Well,
that'd be nice.
I'm the same. I've just checked with the independent valuers and the auctioneer. We seem to be the lower part of 40 up to 80. I would have thought, Faye, another tenner would be a good price. At 50 to you, I still think you sell it and make a profit. 40, I think, is a bit low. I think you'd gamble and go to the auction.
No, I don't want to go to the auction.
Oh, well, now you see, you've shot yourself in the foot now. You've told this shrewd dealer I don't want to go to the auction. Where she was about to get the other 10 quid out, she's probably thinking, play it tough here. She doesn't want to go to the
I'll change
auction.
my mind.
OK, so maybe we will have to just beg and plead with Fade and say, look, can you sweeten it a little bit for this lady? We know now she doesn't want to go to the auction. Never say that, but there we are.
Well, I was going to be very tough here and go, no, that is it. You've heard what Davey said, but if I do that, I think that's me being a bit mean. So I would go another £10. And if I do that, would we have a deal? Or are you going to go to auction?
We have a deal.
Wonderful, Anna. Thank
I
you
feel
so
I've got to tell you.
Go on.
I bought it in a charity shop in this village for £3.
I don't believe it. I'm going back to that charity shop. You can give me the address afterwards.
I put my foot in it, but I got what I wanted.
going up in value, a lot of buyers out there for it, so I will sell it.
That is the general idea, Faye.
Thank you very much for coming in today. Now it's Jonna.
Next up, Jonna and her accomplice Helen are keen to see what Simon Schneider makes of this super 9-carat chain.
Always like a bit of gold, nice and easy to sell, get a bit of profit. That's what it's all about.
Hold fire, Simon. You've got to buy it first.
I'm hoping for about £400 for it.
And I've come along to help her haggle.
Oh dear, looks like Simon's in double trouble.
What can you tell me about your gold chain?
Well, I believe it's...
An Albert chain?
yes, it is. 1896 Cheshire Rose Gold, I believe.
Right. Originally, that may have been on a pocket watch.
Yes, it was.
So, was that a family piece?
No. I bought it in an antique shop locally.
And when did you buy it?
25 years ago.
25 years ago. Well, you should be able to get a profit on it if you bought it 25 years ago. Now, it is rose gold, but the rose gold, how they make it rose gold when they actually produce it is they put copper into the gold to give it that rose colour. So I'm just going to have a little look at this through my glass. And what I can see straight away is that every link is hallmarked with a 9-carat hallmark on it. 9, then it's got 0.375, which is the purity of the gold. So why are you thinking of selling it now?
Well, I've got 2 grandchildren. One wants insurance for his car, a bit of help there, and the other wants to learn to drive. So instead of dipping into my savings, I thought, flog it.
So, Helen, have you come along to be a bit of moral support today?
I have, to help her get a bit more money if needed.
You're not going to interfere with the money, are you? You're not going to ask me to give more, because I've got you and David. I won't be able to cope with it all.
I'm not sure. I can't
It'll be too much for me. Well, it's a nice thing and it's worth a bit of money. So I'm going to go straight in and offer you a decent price for it. There's £100, £150, £200, £250, £300.
Nope.
No.
No.
That was a very definite no.
Yeah, definitely.
£350.
Nope.
Well, we're getting very close to what it's worth now. Let's get David's advice and see what he thinks about this wonderful offer.
OK, now let's get the names right. It's Jonna.
Jonna.
Now, that's in Welsh means January, does it?
It does, indeed.
And this is your friend Helen.
That's right.
That means Helen in Welsh.
That means Helen. Well, I'll tell you in Welsh, you know, my wife's from Cardiff. She calls me David of Garagwen.
Yeah.
David of the White Rock. OK, well, let's get down to business here. Commercial, saleable, the right dealer, £400 to £500 is the estimate, but it's all about the precious metal. And the precious metal on the table there is just a midges over 400, about £404, and he's put £350 down.
Yes.
If you went to the auction, you'd have to get over £400. Now, we can try January and see if we can persuade him to give you a little sweetener on top.
Yes,
but on the table is not a bad offer, I have to tell you, ladies. So it's buy from David of Garagwen.
Thank you.
Right. So the trouble being is that it's not the easiest thing in the world to sell. But I am going to put a little bit more down, but it is only going to be a little bit. It's going to be another £10.
Well...
You know, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to go to auction and end up with less.
Right.
So I think that's a very... Take Helen's advice.
And you know, it's been looking better than ever all day.
Let me ask you a question. How much did it cost 25 years ago?
I think it was somewhere in the region of £200, actually.
Right, which was a lot of money then.
It was a lot of money.
But you've got a decent enough profit on it years later. So it's entirely up to you, my dear. £360 cash.
Yes?
I would take it.
Take the money.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for coming in today. Thank you for coming in, Helen. Thank you for your support.
It's a little bit less than I expected, but it's cash in the hand.
We're all happy. She's got her money, I've got the gold chain. Smiles all round.
That's what we like to see. Coming up, there's big money on the table.
All this week, we are giving away a fabulous cash competition prize. It's a big one. How much is it? Shh. I'll tell you more about it later on.
And in a few moments, we head out to the Wild West.
The old cowboy, ding, yeah, okay. Go for your gun.
Get off your horse and drink your milk.
Welcome back to Dickensons Real Deal from Penyrgroes in North Wales.
Hello, I'm Tony, you are Keith.
If anyone needs to clear their throat, this next piece of pottery on Tony Gearing's table might come in handy.
I've got something that's not really very favourable in this day and age. A spittoon dish. Looks a bit like a birthday cake.
Well, Keith was celebrating when he found it.
I was lucky enough to buy it for £10 at a car boot sale. And I want Tony to give me at least £60, £70.
And what have you brought in for me today?
I've brought in a lovely piece of 19th century Majolica.
Yes.
Soft cushion, tassels on it, beautiful colours. And what is it? It's a spittoon.
It is a spittoon.
A delightful item, I'm sure you'll agree.
Well, it's a bit like ashtrays these days, isn't it? They're not the most desirable of objects, and the world is changing. But, you know, we've got to look back to the history of something like this. You know, you've got chewing tobacco, the old Western, the old cowboy, ding. And,
okay, old-timer.
Yeah, okay. Go for your gun. And you've also got, you know, the health situation back then in the 19th century. The consumption, the coughs, catarrh and things like that, and these were quite common. You've got some nice bright colours. I mean, it's basically emulating Minton's, you know, really amazing Majolica works they were doing in the late 19th century. I mean, it's very well done. Continental, a spittoon dish, Flemish.
Very good, yeah.
But, you know, who made it? Where was it made? It's a bit of a mystery. There's no marking on the bottom. There's a couple of touch marks. But it looks perfect. There's no cracks or damage. I mean, there's a little bit of, you know, in the firing, it's a bit light on the colour. Where did you get it from, Keith?
I bought it.
You bought it?
I bought it to make a profit on it.
Yes. Oh, you bought it to make a profit, so you're a bit of a dealer?
The way you're talking it down, I may not. Yeah, a bit of a dealer, yes, I would say so.
I'm glad you're a dealer, Keith, because then I can be real about it. There you go. No, let's go, okay, realistically. I mean, it is a piece of Majolica, and that is something where the value is. 25. I'm about where I'm at with it. If it wasn't a spittoon dish, I'd probably go to about 60 quid.
You know, there's collectors for everything.
There is collectors for everything. You know, I think that's where it's at.
I better tell it. Is that the offer, 25?
It's what it is.
Where's David? David,
he'll come.
Get that defibrillator plugged in quickly, will you, please? I'm going to need it. No, hey, plug that defibrillator in. I'm going to need it with an offer like that.
Ooh. Tricky one, isn't it? I mean, first of all, Majolica, Continental, yes, we're ticking boxes, and then we come to the use. Spittoon.
I had a suggestion.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Would you like a peanut?
It doesn't soften the blow, I'll tell you. Now, I'll tell you what our independent advisors and valuers say. They say between £50 up to £80. I mean, I normally would say that's not much of an offer for a piece of Majolica like that. But once I know it's a spittoon, I have to say, I can see exactly where Tony's coming from. He's thinking, I could be stuck with this forever.
Yeah.
I would take your chances in the auction. You make the call.
Yeah.
What you need, Keith, my old cookaroony.
Go on, sir.
Is an American tobacco chewing Majolica collector.
Who eats peanuts?
No, not who eats peanuts.
I can't take your offer, Tony, because to be quite honest, I would pay £25 for that, and that's the truth.
Get off your horse and drink your milk.
Old-timer. Gonna have to go to auction.
Well, I wish you all the luck in the world with that. Good handling. Right.
Thank you very much.
It's been great pleasure.
Yes,
thanks.
it has as well,
Been
Tony.
fun.
Thanks. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Do you want a peanut?
No, thanks.
I'm not too disappointed. I'll take my chance at auction with it, and I think I'll get more than £25.
So, does auctioneer Simon Bauer agree with Keith?
Not to everybody's taste, maybe, but they are quite rare, so it should generate interest. I think we can at least double it.
Keith's brought his wife, Teresa, along to the auction, and they've been hunting around for potential buyers.
I did see one or two of the good people of Anglesey today clearing the throat, so there might be a use for it, and hopefully it's going to sell.
Now, Teresa, you're not happy about this object. You don't want it in the house, is that right?
Correct. So it'll go over the ferry into the Irish Sea.
So it's going over the ferry if it doesn't sell. It's coming up now. The reserve is 50 quid. Is it going to sell? You bet your life, partner. Let's see what happens.
Unusual piece. There we are, the Majolica glazed spittoon. And we can start at £30 I'm bid. At £30
Good start.
I'm bid. At 30
Good start.
At £30 I'm bid. On the spittoon at £30 I'm bid. 35 I've got. At £35 I'm bid. Is there 40? 40 I'm bid.
40.
£40 I'm bid. 45 in the room. At £45 in the room, then at £45. Are we 50? At £45.
He's asking, do you want to take the 45?
50 now then.
Yeah.
£45.
Yeah.
Tempt you back for 50 if you like. I'm instructed to sell at £45 I'm bid. Should be more fair play, but on the market at £45 and sold.
That's a relief for a start. So it's £45. We know there's a bit of commission to come off. I make it 36 quid. Now, Keith, what are you going to do with the 36 quid?
I think it might just stretch to dinner on the way home.
On the day, the real deal was here at £45, taking home £36. That was the real deal.
Oh, I was pleased to get £36, really pleased. Tony offered me 25. I've got a funny feeling they'd be spitting feathers right now.
OK, so you reckon I'll be spitting feathers, do you, Keith? Well...
Oh, you messy boy. Now, if you want to take home a tidy sum, then listen up to David.
All this week, we're giving away a fantastic cash competition prize, £17,000 in total. Just one of our lucky viewers is going to scoop the jackpot and win the lot. It could be your good self. You know what you've got to do. Go for it. Best of luck to you all.
For your chance to win that £17,000, call 0904 1619 222. Calls cost £1.50 plus your network access charge. Or text WIN to 88323. Text costs £1.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or you can enter by post. Send your name and phone number to DRD 0667 PO Box 7558 Derby DE10 NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 9:30 on Saturday morning. Husband and wife team Anne and Steve have arrived with a treasure trove for David Hagney.
This box contains quite a lot of very interesting items. I bet you want to know what they are.
Oh, you tease, David.
We bought a box belonging to my mother-in-law. How much do you think we should get for it?
Well, at least 350.
That's a hefty price tag. So, tell us what's in the box then.
Here's a nice Victorian box.
Yeah.
Would you take £50 before we open it?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive?
I'll have a gamble.
Oh.
You wouldn't take 50?
No.
Let's open it.
Yeah, have a look.
Oh!
There's sparkles there.
Oh, gosh. We've got a 9-carat bangle here.
Yeah.
What's this one here? Is this gold?
Yep.
I think both of them have got, yeah.
That's 9-carat as well.
Yeah.
Steve, are these yours?
They belong to my mother.
Oh, right. Belong to your mother, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I found two lovely things already here. Sort of an Edwardian bangle, gold, and that's gold, another one. And there's a little... I'm not quite sure what it is. Is it a brooch? Is it... It's hinged. It's little seed pearls. It's been made into a brooch, I think. Anyway, it's probably gold. It's part of something else, that one. Then here we have a little bar brooch, which was so popular in the Edwardian period.
Yeah.
All the ladies had a bar brooch.
Yeah.
And that's got little amethyst in there and seed pearls, and that's 9-carat gold as well.
Yeah.
So we've got a bit of value here already.
Yeah, glad to say.
Yeah, this is another little brooch, and it's got...
Oh, some missing.
A one, isn't it? 1987. Little peridot, and it's probably made of silver, that. Not terribly valuable because it'd be very hard to get that missing number replaced, Stan.
Yeah.
Value. Oh, look, a pair of glasses here. They're old, aren't they? Tortoise shell.
They were inside.
That's how they've been for quite a long time.
Somebody said you can see through them.
You can. I can see you, Steve, okay, and you, Anne.
The Machero glasses.
Yes, I like a bit of tortoise shell. Let's have a look further down. And then there's all sorts of other little bits and pieces here. Mostly costume jewellery.
It is costume jewellery.
What else have we got in here? We've got a very nice buckle here, but that enamel's damaged, which is such a shame. That would have been a nice item.
Would that be Victorian, would it, do you think? Or?
Well, yes, somewhere around there, 1900, yeah. It's got one of the little rhinestones missing.
Yeah.
But all interesting pieces, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, Anne, what do you think?
Well, I wouldn't wear them.
Would you want to sell me them if I gave you enough money?
Yeah.
You won't take 50 quid, would you?
No.
Needs a lot more than that.
A lot more?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Gosh, yeah.
Don't be hard on me, will you?
We could do with some to fix the car.
Yeah.
Really?
You need a catalytic, whatever you call
a
it.
new converter on it. Yeah.
Badly.
£100. She's good, isn't she?
Cash.
She knows what it's all about, yeah. £150.
No.
Sounding good, isn't it?
No.
I'll make it exciting then.
Gosh, no.
170.
No.
Tell me when to stop, won't you?
Oh, yeah, we'll tell you, yeah.
190.
Yeah. 190.
210.
No. Not even near.
No, but I'd like to earn a little bit, you know.
Yeah, you will.
I've come a long way today.
So have we. We got lost.
I'm going to say 230, and I'm about what I want to give.
No.
Your wife just keeps shaking her head.
Gosh,
You know, 230 is like 260 in the auction.
Well, I'd still want more.
Would you?
Yes, please.
Well, I'm going to just go a tiny bit more.
We go up to 300.
3? No, I couldn't get 3 for it myself. 250, Steve.
300. Please?
I'd like to give you 300, but I can't see 300.
I'm sure he'll make
270. Let me try and earn 30 quid.
290.
280. Let me split it with you. We'll have a deal.
290. 90.
I'll give 290, and that's my lot.
295.
I've got a terrible name for being too generous.
No.
I have, Anne.
No.
That's why I'm not rich.
You're good at keeping your money.
Are they all like this in Wales? I'm not going to come anymore. No, I want to give 290.
Okay.
You're going to accept that?
Yeah.
Okay.
A deal?
Yes.
Thank you very much. It's a good price
Thank
I've
you.
given you.
Right, thanks.
Steve, thank you. It's been a pleasure to have a deal with you.
Okay, thank you.
We wanted 350, but we took 290 because we need the money to repair the car and get it back on the road.
I've got to tell you that Anne was not a walkover. She was a really hard nut.
Well, I'd still want more.
Fingers crossed I get a profit.
After the break, get ready for some audience participation.
What do you think at home? What should the lad do? Should he go to auction or should Faye up the ante?
And has Simon got a new sideline?
I have a 16-year-old Jack Russell who needs her teeth cleaning.
Just get a toothbrush, older still, and give him a scrub.
16, yes, I'll be in trouble.
Welcome back to Dickenson's Real Deal.
Simon's next, and he's been taking lessons in stand-up.
I sense a good deal coming my way with a little sensor. Sensor. Oh, please yourself.
Don't give up the day job. So, Wendy, can you fill us in?
I brought in an incense burner, which I picked up in a charity shop for the princely sum of £3.50. But we'll keep that from Simon because I would like to get at least £80 for it.
So you brought in this little Coro or incense burner.
OK.
What can you tell me about it?
It's got a mark on the bottom.
Right.
I've always just said it was an incense burner. I've had it a couple of years. I bought it in a charity shop.
You bought it in a charity shop?
I did indeed,
Was that a local charity shop? Or?
Yes.
I think it's Japanese rather than Chinese.
Right.
And I called it a Coro, which is another word really for incense burner. They were called Coros. And incense, very important part of life in Japan and China. Yes. And this one's got what's called a dog of foe on the top.
A dog of?
A dog of foe, F-O.
Oh, right.
And these were normally used to guard the temples. You normally find them in pairs outside the temples. Okay. So you've got your little dog of foe, and if you take the dog of foe off, you can see those little holes.
Yes.
That's where the smell of the incense comes out. So you just put it inside, set a light to it.
Yes.
And it would come out. Now, you said it had some marks on the bottom.
Yes, I don't know.
There's a little oval mark there, and there's some little Japanese writing in it. Now, I don't know what that says. Sometimes it can just literally say made in Japan.
Oh, right.
Right, and other times it can be a signature of an artist or something like that. I would suggest this one dates from probably the beginning of the 20th century. So, you know, I think it's got a wee bit of age to it. The material this is made of course, is bronze.
Yes.
It's in pretty good condition as well. Size-wise, this is quite a small one.
Right.
Normally, you get them quite a lot bigger than that. So if you sold it, what would you do with the money?
I have a 16-year-old Jack Russell who needs her teeth cleaning.
And what's the Jack Russell called?
Munchkin.
Munchkin?
Yeah.
OK, well, look, I'm going to put some money down.
Yes, please.
Try and tempt you. I don't think it's worth a fortune.
No.
But I think a sensible, fair valuation for it, in my opinion, would be £30.
Oh, I think it's worth more than that. I think so.
I'm going to go once more, but this is going to be it. So I know they're not the easiest things in the world to sell, so I'm going to say £40.
I was hoping for more. It is small, easy to sell. If it was very large, it would be very difficult, but
Well, actually, it's the other way round. They do like the big ones because they're more decorative. So.
Yes.
Go on, look. I'll put another tenner down. 50, but that is going to be my maximum.
That is definitely your maximum. Nothing else.
I can't put any more down.
No,
as much as I'd like to see Munchkins have a bit more fun.
Yes, you need cleaner teeth.
Cleaner teeth.
Do you know how much it costs?
Well, just get a toothbrush. Older still and give them
16, yes, I'll be in trouble. That is your very best offer.
It is. But you could take it to auction and, you know,
that's
you might...
travelling and that's taking the chance as well. If you say that the bigger they are and the more decorative, the more they're going to sell.
I honestly think that's about its mark, but for me.
I'm going to take that if I may.
Does it show you a decent profit?
Let me do my sums.
What, about £49 profit?
£46.50.
46. Oh, well, listen, no one else is going to earn that. Shake my hand. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you
Lovely
very much.
meeting you.
And you. Thank you. Well, I'm happy with the £46.50 profit to me. I'd be very interested to see if Simon does as well.
£50 now, that does make good sense. Hopefully a nice little profit coming my way.
We'll see if you can beat Wendy's profit later. First, could you at home be onto our winner?
Here is a reminder about this week's cash competition prize. It's 17,000 quid. It's well worth winning. It's a substantial amount of money. Go on, give it a go.
For your chance to win that £17,000, call 0904 1619 222. Calls cost £1.50 plus your network access charge. Or text WIN to 88323. Text costs £1.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or you can enter by post. Send your name and phone number to DRD 0667 PO Box 7558 Derby DE10 NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 9:30 on Saturday morning. Now let's pull up at Faye's table, where courtesy of Kevin, it resembles King's Cross Station.
Today I brought in a collection of trains that's been handed down by my granddad, and I'm hoping to make around £300.
I have got a buyer for these and I'd really like to take them home. Do they belong to you?
Oh, they've been handed down from my grandfather as a gift, basically, and he said that if I could get any money for them, then go for it, basically.
Okay. Are they toys that you've played with yourself?
I've never played with them. I've only just looked at them, basically. They don't interest me, to be honest.
Okay. These are 00 trains. They look about 1980s.
Okay.
We have some named ones here. We've got City of Stoke-on-Trent. We've got some smaller railways here, the LMS, which is London Midland Service.
Oh.
I believe there's... Is it that one is Great Western?
Duchess of Apricon.
OK. Does that have...
LMS, I think that's an LMS.
That's a London Midland Service.
These are all
as
Great
well.
Western.
And these are Great Western.
Western Railways.
OK. Ideally, my collectors that want to buy trains from me like trains a little bit earlier than this.
OK.
Have you any more boxes?
These were the only ones that I managed to get all the boxes, really.
So why have you bought them today? Are you trying to raise money for something?
I'm hoping to go away for a couple of nights with my girlfriend, so just trying to raise a bit of money for that, really.
Yeah. Do you know what you want for them?
I roughly got an idea in my head, yes. I've done a bit of research and I know what I'm looking for.
I'm going to put some money down.
OK.
And we'll see where we go.
OK.
OK. £50. £100. £150.
Not close.
Not even close. Have I bought half of them?
Quarter, maybe.
A quarter, maybe?
Maybe.
£200.
Let's go a bit higher than that.
Do you know what? We'll get David in.
Yes, thank you.
Here's the man.
Well, you know, unless you really understand, Kevin, these engines, and you probably do, they're difficult to assess, but there's about 19 locomotives here. But 200 is a good start, especially for a young lady that's never had a train set.
I never have.
250 to 350 is the estimation. They might do better than that. My experience says that at auction, there are a lot of people out there who collect train sets, locomotives, additional engines, tracks, what have you. Nice lot. What do you think at home? What should the lad do? Should he go to auction or should Faye up the ante? I'll leave it to you to decide.
Thank you.
I hear what David says. I tell you what I'll do. There's £250 on the table. So if you go to auction, take out your commissions.
Yeah.
But that is where I want to be. So the decision is yours.
Can you go a bit higher?
Honestly.
Another crispy £20.
Honestly, you've got it there. I've already gone £50 more than I wanted to go originally. Dun, 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 no pressure.
Yeah, what am I going to do then?
Thank you very much, Kevin, and thank you for coming along today.
Thank you very much for taking the time. I accepted £250 because I didn't want to go to auction and I felt it was a fair price.
Before I leave the building today, I'll be on the phone to my buyer and you'll be really excited to see what I've bought today.
Still to come, something special finds its way to auction.
Somebody with a very good eye bought this a few years ago. Say no more.
And the result will bring a tear to your eye.
You're flying here. You're flying here in the sale room.
Don't miss this one.
Welcome back from in Snowdonia.
The day's not over yet, as Hilary has a stunner for David.
There's a very nice little drop turned up on my table. It's obviously Victorian and it's enamelled with seed pearls. It's the sort of thing I'm keen to buy at the moment.
I bought an amethyst necklace and I'm hoping it'll make £400 today.
This is a very nice piece of jewellery you've brought in here today.
Yes, I'm glad you like it.
I do. Tell me something about it.
Well, I buy second-hand jewellery.
Do you?
Yes. And this was a piece I saw and liked, primarily because it's an amethyst stone. And that's my birthstone.
Is it? Oh.
It is. Hopefully it'll bring me a little bit of luck today.
Oh, it might do.
Yes.
So have you had it a long time, Hilary?
I've had it about, I'll say 8 or 9 years, something like that.
Oh, well then, yes, yeah. Well, it's a Victorian piece of jewellery, this. You've got a lovely central stone here of amethyst. You've got pearls here. You've got all the flowers decorated with enamel. There is some slight damage to the enamel, sadly, which I suppose is acceptable when it's 100 years old or more. It's set in gold. It's not marked. It could be 15 carat, it could be 9 carat. The chain is 9 carat, definitely. So that could have been added later. Sadly about the little bit of damage on it, but still, it's very attractive. Won't you be sorry to see it go if you sell it?
I would prefer it to be worn by somebody and enjoyed, rather than being in a box at home.
Well, I'm sure somebody else will enjoy this, I'm
Yes.
sure. As long as it wasn't too much money. So, getting down to the money bit, how much would you like for it?
How much will you offer?
Right. Bearing in mind the bit of damage, I'm going to get some money out and see if I can buy it off you, Hilary. I think we'll be able to get this colour, these bigger ones out here. £50, is that any good, Hilary?
No.
No, I didn't think it would be. Nobody ever says yes straight away. I'd give £100 for it, Hilary. £150, Hilary. No? I didn't think that was too bad a bid. 170.
No.
I'd give 190, and I think that's where I'd want to be, Hilary, for that, with that little bit of damage, and try and get a quick, small profit.
No.
Well, here's David for some advice.
Well, Hilary, how much is on the table?
190.
190.
As little as that? OK, they're saying 3 to 5, 4 to 6. I've spoken to my specialists. Everyone seems to think there's 400 quid's worth there, something along those lines. So we're going to say, David, you're going to have to save a bit more, be a little bit more progressive here, otherwise we're off to auction.
Right.
And so I would say the 4 to 6 is the estimate possibly to concentrate on.
Right, Hilary. I better take these 220s away here and try and get my buying boots on. I'm a really good buyer of something that you can't fault. When I'm at antique fairs trying to sell, that little bit of damage, I know it seems nothing, but...
Oh, I'm sure you'll overcome that.
It does stop the sale for me and stop me giving too much. £200 then. 250.
No.
That must be tempting you.
No.
Well, I don't think I'm going to give a lot more than this. I'd say 270, and that would be my final bid.
No.
It's a no.
No.
To auction?
I'm going to auction. Yes.
Oh, I'm sad. I really like it. Good luck at the auction.
Thank you very much.
We'll be in the sale room in just seconds. David, remind us how much is up for grabs in this week's competition.
It's £17,000, 17,000 quid. It's well worth winning. You could be this week's winner. Best of luck to you all.
For your chance to win that £17,000, call 0904 1619 222. Calls cost £1.50 plus your network access charge. Or text WIN to 88323. Text costs £1.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or you can enter by post. Send your name and phone number to DRD 0667 PO Box 7558 Derby DE10NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 9:30 on Saturday morning. We're now in the sale room where auctioneer Simon has high hopes for Hilary's Victorian amethyst pendant.
A lot of pre-sale interest from good, strong dealers, so we should be all right on that one.
Hilary, you must be excited.
I'm hoping the birthstone will bring me a little bit of luck And I'm hoping to get something between £400 and £600 today.
If you're successful today and you sell this, what will you do recycling the money? Where will you spend it?
Well, I've got a bit of a dilemma.
Yes?
Either I'm going to buy a mountain bike.
A mountain bike?
For myself.
Right.
Or carpets for the lounge.
OK.
So we'll see.
Bit of a dilemma, this. It's carpets for the lounge, or it's a mountain bike. That's your choice.
Yes.
Coming up now is the amethyst pendant.
Right.
It's a beautiful lot. I think we're going to sell it. I think we're going to do well. Let's find out what happens.
Just smacks of quality, doesn't it? Beautiful piece. And we can start straight in at £300.
Straight in at £300. That's more than David Hackney offered you.
At £300 I'm bid. At £300 I've got 320, 320 bid, 340.
Internet coming in.
At 340, 360, 380, 400, 420 on the internet. At 420,
internet 420. Phone bidder somewhere in the room.
On the internet at £460, 480. 480, 500 I'm bid. At £500 I'm bid. I'll take a 20 now if you like. At £500 on the internet at £500. 520 on the telephone. 550 on the internet. 80 if you like, Owen. At 580 on the telephone.
580 on the telephone against the internet.
Internet's out at £580. 600 on the internet again.
600, they're back again on the internet. £600. I can see that bike.
650 on the telephone. We've got 700 I'm online.
And I thought that amethyst was a beautiful stone, wonderful colour.
750 on the telephone.
Somebody with a very good eye bought this a few years ago. Say no more.
Another 50 if you like, David. 850 on the telephone.
850?
850 on the telephone. 900 on the internet. 900 on the internet. We're going again. 950 on the telephone. We're going to close the door. 1,000 on the internet.
£1,000. It looks like we're going in for one of those super duper bikes, or maybe a carpet and a bike.
Oh, both.
We're going on 1,200 on the internet. 1,300 I'll take now.
Okay.
No, it's a shake.
No worries. Don't you worry, Hilary. You're flying here. You're flying here in the sale room.
Online the bid then at 1,200. Hammers up. Are we all done and sold?
£1,200 is the gross price. Now that's taking you back a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to have to take the commission off that, which is a chunk of change. So you're going home with £984.
Well, I'm absolutely thrilled.
Any idea yet about the decision? Will you be able to buy the mountain bike and the carpet, or will you go for a deluxe mountain bike?
Well, I'm definitely going to have a glass of champagne tonight.
Champagne as well?
And I shall think about which one to buy, or both.
Marvellous.
I can't actually believe that I'm taking home almost £1,000 today. It's been a tremendous experience, a lovely feeling.
What a fantastic result. Bet none of our dealers can beat that. Tony only had one deal and he made no money on it.
Never mind. Back on the road. See you next time.
Simon bought the sensor for a good cause.
I have a 16-year-old Jack Russell who needs her teeth cleaning.
Munchkin was left grinning from ear to ear. But Simon wasn't.
I'm incensed.
He also saw pound signs the minute he clapped eyes on the 9-carat chain.
Nice and easy to sell, get a bit of profit.
And he was bang on the money. Faye was also confident about the Kingfisher Blue vase.
It's going up in value, a lot of buyers out there for it, so I will sell it.
And she did, for a smashing sum. As for the trains...
I'll be on the phone to my buyer and you'll be really excited to see what I've bought today.
Unfortunately, they were too modern for him, so she fast-tracked them to an auction and arrived first class.
Result.
David was worried about paying too much for the box of shimmering gems.
3? No, I couldn't get 3 for it myself.
But bagged the biggest fortune.
There we are, that was a surprise.
Our sellers were also stunned at the profits they made on their bargain finds. Anna's charity shop White Friars saw her a great return. Keith's car boot spittoon really paid off in the end. Wendy's profit on her incense burner wasn't to be sniffed at.
And you, thank you.
But the seller with the best eye was Hilary, whose lucky pendant netted her nearly £1,000.
What a fabulous price. And that surely is what Dickenson's Real Deal is all about. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickenson's Real Deal. And don't be late.